everybody. My name is Angie Moranga. You're watching Just Angie, where we are having the most amazing conversations, and I love it. And today I have a guest, somebody I love very, very much. I love all my guests, just in case I didn't say that about everyone, but this one is also very special. It's very special to my heart. When I look at her, I say, well, the next generation is here. I've been saying that a lot, but they're here. The next generation is here, and it's exciting. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Please look into that camera and introduce yourself to my guests, and then we can have a conversation.
My name is Roxanne Makena. I am a young person trying to discover life and trying to make an impact through tech, but trying to see how purpose and the next industrial revolution can combine.
Oh, the next industrial revolution. Amazing. So I know you're a techie. There's not a time do you want to do robotics or something like that? Or is it me getting it wrong?
I actually started studying mechatronics.
Okay, mechatronics.
Electronics engineering, yes. But now I've transitioned
to
information technology.
Okay.
Because I realized I want to be at the forefront between the person experiencing the tech and creating it.
Wow.
Which is what IT for me represents.
Yeah. And I think I liked when you said that it's the whole frontier. So from there you can branch off into anything.
Yes.
So it's like getting a big building block, and then now you can
make it your
specialize, make it your own building block. I'm sure you're going to do that. So Kenna, when I saw you guys, I always call you Kenna, but when I saw you guys coming in, I saw you, I can't remember, you, I think Shiko, Sheena, we're going to bring all the friends here. And you're there, and then you're coming every Sunday to church, to Mavuno Marketplace. I think you went also PLF this season.
Yes,
season for
season
this year.
32.
Season 32. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, wow, God, this is so good. You know, to see the young people, because you're Gen Z. Whoa, you're Gen Z. I'm not supposed to say that.
But I'm an old
Gen Z,
it's
hallelujah,
fine.
Gen Z, great people. But to see you there, to see you just loving God has wanted me to have a conversation. So with the conversation with you is I want you to drive the conversation, because you're Gen Z and you're like that. You drive the conversation, the things you want to talk about. I don't want to be told to do, I don't appreciate being called out to do, yeah, you guys are experts. I don't know. So I want you to drive the conversation, but I think for me, when I look at it, it's just how you've been a leader, and you're a leader that stands out. So where do you want to go?
Leadership. I think at first I thought leadership was a title or a position accorded to you by people, but with time I've learned it's service. And then what you were asking before we stepped here was, how do people recognize you? Because the more you serve without asking, then people will always appreciate being served. So the continuous experience brings you to the forefront if multiple people are having the same experience with the same person.
That is so true, because I don't know, when you started coming to church and when you were doing Mavuno then, but at church you served, and I was like, there've been people sitting in this congregation for I don't know how many years who have never served. They've never stood up, but you immediately served. And I think that's the thing that does, like, ding, 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 there's a leader. And then when people usually stand up to serve, then you want to watch how long they're going to do it and how consistent they are. But you've been very good and very consistent. But I was asking you earlier, you've always been a leader. That's obvious. Just let me hear a little bit about this leadership journey.
I think it started when I was young, when I was primary school. I've always been outspoken.
Okay, so that could be it.
Yeah, eventually, whatever I'm thinking can't stay too long.
Inside,
in my mind, it will come out. Yeah. So, unfortunately, when I was younger, I did not know that I should pick the time to speak. But now I'm learning.
But you're learning.
Slow to speak, quick to listen.
But you're still going to speak, which is what I like.
So when I was younger, I was always outspoken. A bit of a teacher's pet when I was in kindergarten.
Oh, really?
So I guess, as you're saying, people would gravitate to, people would just respect what I was saying. So if my teacher wanted to communicate something, then they just tell me. And then I'll go rally people together. Amazing. And then I think being in primary school, in Logos, allowed like student president, because they were trying to do that whole experience. So that was also new.
Were you student president in primary school?
Yes, I was class president in class 3. Was that class 3?
Really?
Yes.
Makena. Class 3. Yeah. That is so good. And did you find it weird, or this is just what I do and I am?
I think it came easy to be able to communicate people's needs to those who need to hear it.
Okay.
Because our congregation can't, our community can't all express themselves well.
They have to express themselves through a leader.
Exactly.
Or through leaders.
So if you're able to like put yourself in their shoes and aggregate what they're trying to communicate and then package that for who needs to hear it, I found that easy to do. Because even like in class 1, I used to be the one who would teach a special ed student we had, because he couldn't hear. So he needed like special help in class, and he used to have like angry bursts. So I found that I was able to calm him down, and then we were able to learn. And I just found it easy to speak to what people wanted. And then when I went to high school in my levels, I was also student council representative and football captain. But it's fun. It's fun to lead when you sustain the perspective of dying to self. Or it's not about me.
That's a good place to go. So, how, Gen Z, where did you learn about dying to self, and where did you learn about dying to self? Life. You haven't lived life yet.
No, I have.
Like, okay.
You showed me dust.
All right, okay. Oh, life has shown you dust. So far. Bado. Dust inakuja.
No,
God forbid.
I don't need
But no. The problem is it's the process of life.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
the process of being a leader.
That's true.
But it won't be that bad. It's not that bad. But they're just lessons that you just need to learn. I don't know why. I've asked God till I'm tired. Why we can't just learn things without drama.
Yeah.
Like does the learning have to be accompanied by drama?
But the people he gives more drama than others.
But you are one.
And I have accepted that mine is always excess. So it is well
just
in my
like
spirit.
Mine.
Yeah.
Mine is like drama. Like I was saying, what God was trying to say to people. Me, the whole curtain had to move, something has to shift, something falls, then I'll hear. And even that's why I have like mentors like Bishop T.D. Jakes, because you can't whisper to me. You have to shout until I get scared. Yeah, scream. Then he says something, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Then it starts now, my brain starts moving, and then I move. So mine is of drama.
That's true, because even I was like, I took a gap years.
You see
for
now,
like 4 years.
You see now Gen Z behavior.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say, what? Wait, was gap year for 4 years?
Yeah.
Makena, please.
But that was his doing, because had I gone beforehand.
But what is a gap year for 4 years?
Exactly, even me, I don't know. But had I gone beforehand, I would not have been in the right space.
Yes.
But
also mindset wise.
Mindset, my spirit would not have been right.
Spiritual life?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my belief system and my values.
Yep.
And I think also when it comes to purpose, the whole idea of, I guess like you should just be able to go without anybody backing you. You should be flying. So I think that takes time to build.
Yeah.
To break down the whole like people pleasing or needing people's acceptance or so maybe even me it takes longer because I'm dramatic perhaps, because I'm just like I'm seeing my friends few months he's communicating, they get it, they move. I'm like, you couldn't do the same thing.
Not to leaders. Leaders, it's like we have to evolve some more.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just go through I don't want to say the fire, but the testing because of other people, because you're going to lead others as well. And you have to lead multiple people. I remember Joyce Meyer and her husband, they were both praying to stop smoking. And her husband, day one, they prayed today, tomorrow, the end. For her, a whole month. She's like, what is it? What is the problem? And we were even here together. How do you heal one person? But God told us so that you develop compassion for people who will be coming. So that's the thing with leadership. You need to develop you see, if it happens immediately, then you'll be wanting it to happen immediately. That's why your friends are coming, getting, going. You first, let's stay here. Let's learn. Let's understand people.
And somebody said, based on the people you lead, you may have to suffer on their behalf.
On their behalf. Can you imagine? Can you imagine such stories? Me, I can't wait to get to heaven. We have to have a tete-a-tete and see. And that's why I'm always saying to you guys, even I think during the PLF class, I also told you, I'm sure, that you see the problem with being, like for me now, even a pastor, and I think it's the same thing, even a leader of any kind, is that you have to answer for people.
Yeah.
So people will have skipped off into heaven, assuming there's an immigration counter.
Yeah. They'll
be on the other side waving. And me, I'm here answering questions about you. Who is waving? I'm like, let me tell you something. Let me do my work. That's when I become compassion out. Let's do this thing, because how can I be answering questions about you and you've gone ahead? Like, what? How is there fairness and justice in that?
And there's no justice.
That's what we think. But there is, but it's just because you're responsible for people.
That's true. And I think the ideology that came to me with the fast we did this past week was the whole prodigal son.
You guys have tried.
And the son who never left. He was in the house the entire time. And he was there wondering, Mimi, I've been here. I've not done anything wrong. No, you can't even appreciate my efforts. And then the dad turned, but why would I need to? If you could have but you are here. You were in my house all along.
You just needed to go and take the kid or something.
Exactly. So I realized some special leaders are innately built to the capacity to not require affirmation and all of that, but because of perhaps maybe their upbringing or what they synthesize in their mind, that if they don't look like they need it, then people won't give it. So I realized that that's how I'm built, and like it's just been a whole like turnaround, and so I've just had to accept that that's the type of life living. And I realized also with life that, because you shared on Time to Self about John 12:42.
24.
Yeah.
The seed, the fruit falls to the ground.
And also the previous night, Stephanie had spoken about delayed destiny, and she's used the same verse. So I said, and I need to go find out how wheat grows. And
Amen.
When I did the first part, he said that once they plant, first of all, they don't like wheat on even ground.
It has to be on an even ground.
It was flat when he found it. He took a rake and had to dig holes so that was a better environment
for the wheat.
Yeah, and that really landed in my spirit, because like impossible, unfair circumstances are like the perfect breeding ground for God's miracles. So if
for God raising leaders.
Exactly. And if you've told him, use me and do your best work, then he will do.
There's some things don't add. Just say use me and keep quiet. Do not add anything else, because he will really go, oh my God.
But I wish now, I added when I was younger. So now I'm reaping the fruits of those prayers that say, use me, Lord. Use all me. Of me.
Oh wow.
Dear.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. I don't know if I want all of me, but
it's too late.
It's too late now. Yeah, it's too late. But it's gonna be a worthwhile journey.
Wow. What do you think it is like it's your experience, but a Gen Z living for Jesus? Because they need to understand that, and maybe sometimes it looks like it's too far off. There are others who don't want their parents' God. That's not the God I want. I want to find God for myself. So what's that journey like? What do you think somebody right now is searching for? What do you think you want to speak into that?
I think, well, the most encouraging thing is, like, in the past few weeks, I met quite a few people who have the perspective of me and God, and I'm not trying to do XYZ. Perhaps I recognize that the key ingredient is community.
Yeah.
Even if you have one or two more people, I think they help push that vision, because you don't need affirmation or support from everybody. But if you have one or two other people who affirm what you're trying to do, and they're with you, and their actions speak, honor, and confirm what they're saying, then you move with that. So I'd say, like, my friends have been integral this past year. Definitely. In affirming that. But I think also stillness.
Being still.
Yeah. Therapy helps too, because then you actually break down what is you and what is you learned. It's almost like your trauma is like a growth on your body, but then you've had it so long, you think it's part of you. But then with time, when you do therapy, you're like, oh, that's not me. And so you realize even needing affirmation, it's from a spirit of rejection, perhaps, and always wanting people in your space. And as you say, it's like understanding what is really you and what's not is also sitting with your thoughts, so that you're able to go to the root and find out, oh, that's not how I think, so that's not me. I think maybe many young people, based with the whole social media, and there's just a lot of noise. It's just that there's so much they take in, that processing it is so much that sometimes you can't even process what's yours and what's not. So you just accept, especially based on the circles you're in. I think the people right now just need communities that demonstrate that loving God is not boring, or it's not like shakantarang all the time, or all of that. Like, it's fun, like your day to day. He's in your workplace, he's in your studies, he's there helping you in the exam, he's there helping you speak to your friends, he's there when you're sleeping. You can sit in the car, have a whole moment, and go bowling. So I think it's about creating spaces that are communities where people can have fun, but love God at the same time. But I also think it's the understanding. God is not a house and then you just walk in and stay. He's a character. Love, which is a consistent, like, way of being. So even without doing too much or being in church only, if you're exhibiting who he is, his character, then you are demonstrating him and he's pleased. So
that's really powerful.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say, because now you're going to go and study, because I remember when we had the first conversation, I remember it, and I just felt like I knew there's something you need, yeah? So you need some grounding, you need PLF, yeah? You need to do this so that when you go away, it grounds you, because that's another thing we need. We need something that grounds us, something that's keeping us strong, you know, that I feel like sometimes if you try to go far, it brings you back. Like you keep bouncing back. Like even if you try to go, you can only go so far, and then it will bring you back. So I knew for me, when I was talking to you, that's what I knew you needed, and so you did PLF. And so maybe you can share with me what your learnings were from PLF, and also when you go away, what do you think is going to ground you?
I think for PLF, the community, my season was amazing. Yeah, and the way we've kept in communication is just like the sweetest.
And you were so many.
Yeah.
I think you're the second largest PLF group we've ever had.
Yeah, and I think also what was extraordinary for me was the people who came to speak were not just a pastor or whatever, or that's how I knew them at first, but to see them as like mavericks in whichever industry they are, and the spirit of excellence they carry, it spoke more to the God they speak about, less of, because most Christians just speak, but then they're not making money in their business, or their family is falling apart. But these people were moving in all aspects. This was just even the cherry on the top. And because the theme was divine victory in the marketplace, it's that they were demonstrating that God in the marketplace. And it comes back to the whole of character and self, that they were embodying exactly what they were preaching. I think leadership was a good talk by Joe.
Yeah, Joe did really well. Well done, Joe.
He really brought many thoughts. I think Prophet Dorcas was excellent because she always left us speechless. Asking yourself, do you know you? Do you know what you want?
And she teaches on vision, and then this time she also did the leadership.
Yes. Wow. And I think because she's so still in what she's saying, she cultivates an environment that forces you to be still. I think my greatest takeaway from PLF was just it's always like come back and take a moment, because after every class they were like, think through what you're learning. So it really affirmed vision. It affirmed purpose, the things you've had for yourself. Because many prophets say we are not here to tell you, we should not be here to tell you for the first time. We should just be confirming. So many classes felt like confirmation. So that was really good, especially when it comes to vision, purpose, leadership, the whole apostolic or being a leader or pioneer, that whole idea of standing out and affirming that it's not about you. So all this equipping is to pour out
to others.
Yeah, but it's important to always pour in to yourself first.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup. It has to be flowing. Something is flowing into you, then you can flow it to others. That's good, amen. And how are you going to keep yourself grounded when you're away? Maybe I'm putting you on the spot here, but
5 a.m. prayers.
5 a.m. prayer. Good answer. Love it. 5 a.m. prayers.
Bible study.
Okay.
I think having friends who are so deep in God that if I just consider leaving Jesus, they'll say I dreamt. What is the matter?
I had a dream.
The Lord told me, you've been on my mind the whole day.
Yep.
I think that community will also
will be a big part.
Will really help. But the most beautiful thing is many people I've met here. Say, oh, I know someone. And I'll come. So it's not like I'm going too far. Yeah. But I think the most grounding thing is now that I understand myself and my identity.
That's so powerful, Makena. You could just make me cry. And I can retire. See, I can retire. The next generation is here. They know themselves. There's so many of you like you. Like, wow. Well done. I think I've done well. So, and together with my community, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do without everybody.
MMM is amazing.
Yeah, the Mavuno Marketplace movement is amazing. The PLF facilitators, sometimes I sit and I'm in awe. I'm like, oh my God, we have 12 classes. Some classes we had 2 facilitators per class, and we've not exhausted.
Imagine
the people who are within the community, those who are outside the community. We have not exhausted who we can call and say, would you do these classes? I mean, it's amazing. So that one shocks me. So there's a a powerful PLF community which doesn't see each other every day. I mean, we tried things like trying to get them all the time together, but I realized, no, let people do what they need to do. We do what we're doing ourselves. And I think like the 5 a.m. prayers is very amazing.
Yeah.
That's a Mavuno thing that Pastor M introduced, which is good because nobody's going to tell you they have an appointment at 5 a.m. Either you're sleeping or you watched too many movies yesterday and series and slept late. There's no excuse. 5 a.m. is 5 a.m. and we say come 2 to 3 times a week. So I think that's powerful because it keeps you, there's a connection. I even enjoy, when we first started, I was like, oh my God. But now I enjoy it. I enjoy the prayer. I feel like something is not
when
right.
When you have those testimonies, you feel like you're still with them.
Yeah, you're encouraged. And if God can do this for others, why would he do it? I think it also builds a discipline.
Yeah.
Before I do the prayers, then I'd go back to sleep. Now I don't. I just I'll go on my day. Because your body gets used to it, isn't it? So there's a discipline that is being built in being awake at 5 to pray with others. And then for me, the biggest ever takeout in my whole life is community. The gift of community, the gift of who Mavuno Marketplace Movement is, even the larger PLF alumni, it's like mind-blowing. Like there is nothing, there's no greater gift that God can give you except giving you a community that loves you, that cares, that will call you out, that we can celebrate, we can have fun, but we'll also say, hey, let me tell you something, excuse me. That is not the way. Because you see, love, when you talk about love, you don't talk about love, but love, even I remember Dr. David, I think Dobson, wrote a book about love must be tough. Like love is not just this lovey-dovey thing. And when you go to Corinthians, it's talking about love is patient, it's kind, it doesn't remember.
Like
but
you open the amplified version.
It's now for drama.
Show you dust.
Show me dust. Good. That is important. Because when we say I love you, means I can't let you. I can't let you. Even somebody said Jesus Christ loved us so much he died on the cross. He couldn't leave us in that state because he loves us. So there's a place where, we laugh. There's a place where we'll call you out. There's a place where we'll say, hey, just strange messages. Hi, Makena. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. The things that wake you up.
So like, what? Yeah, he has gone and read your mail to other people. He has come to say, Makena, this is the issues. This is what's happening. So at least there's a community around you. And I like that they're both men, both women, some old, a lot, okay, everyone is older than you. It's the truth.
Yeah, apart
so
from
at different ages, apart from your friends.
Yeah,
so I think it's good. And sometimes when we're looking at you and we want to tell you things, I think another thing you should be encouraged about is that we don't tell everyone. Like we watch people, we're like, okay, it's never that serious. Kwanza me energy is depleting. Like I don't have energy. I even have a grandchild to now focus on. Like, please leave me alone. So it's you tell people because you see them responding. You see them responding to what you're saying. And therefore, so you keep telling them because you're seeing that what you're saying, they're taking it seriously. Yeah. Because I've been there. I've done that. I have the T-shirt and I have a whole reel. What a DVD. I have a reel on this situation right here. So please, let's not even, I don't have time to waste time. But if you want to hear how this is going to go, this is how, these are probably the things that could happen. So I really pray. I thank God for you as well. I knew your parents a long time ago. That's another thing that's shocking me. I'm like, guy, their children are coming. The next generation is here. It's here, ready to move into action. I'm like, wow. So for me, I'm also feeling very, very blessed because I know your parents. Some parents are in shock. Some parents are in shock. There's not a father who brought his daughter. He's in shock. I don't know what conversation I've gone there in that house, but I'm not having them. She knows she wants to come to Mavuno Marketplace, so he drops her. I salimia them from far. I know some of them are wondering, what is going on? But who has time to explain what is going on? Me, I don't have. Your children are here. See, even you went through the same process. Some of them have gone through the process and they're here now. So let's just do this. So I love it. And I'm very encouraged by you guys, really. I really am. You've encouraged everything in me. Like you give me the fire to do this. Let's do this because we can keep talking about generations, but we are preparing them. And then I think something I want to say as you think about your parting shot is there's once I found there was a gentleman who was educating boys in Africa. And he only had 15 boys. So I was like, wait. The whole continent, 15 boys. Why? I asked him why. He said, yeah, because it's not 100 leaders. Leaders are few and far between. So that across the whole continent, he's educating 15 boys to be the leaders of tomorrow. And for me, I feel my part also in that PLF process, together with the leaders that God has blessed me with, is to be able to impact you guys So it is a continuation. This can go on. Another generation can take over. You don't have to be 100. You don't have to be 2,000. You just need to be the ones that God has given us. Let's go. And we're encouraged.
Thank you. My parting shot.
Your parting shot, or anything you want to say that you didn't feel like you didn't say?
Maybe to youth, I would say that the better version of you, or the next version of you, can no longer afford for you to shortchange yourself for other people. I think you're worth it, and I think sitting with yourself will be a life-changing experience. I think you'll find parts of you that shock you, but you love even more. And I think you'll find in doing so, you will be able to attract more authentic spaces that encourage and build you up and love you even more deeply and truly. And they'll be more rewarding. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Being still.
Be still.
Will give birth to authentic spaces, authentic conversation, authentic relationships.
The real you.
And the real you. There we are. You see? The real you will come out. Because that's the thing. That's what I find, that life fights who you are. That's what it does. It fights who you are. It fights who you're called to be.
Yeah.
And many people have given into the fight.
Yeah.
But it's just that person that says no.
Yeah. I think yesterday I discovered surrender, because I was like, I'm a bit up and down. But I realized, as Prophet Teresia said it, and she said, eagles go fly into the storm so the storm can carry it. And I said, that's a bit psychotic, no? But I'm learning that it's in the moments when something is happening and you're trying to understand, therein is how you're not surrendering. Don't understand, just go. It's just a phone call, just do it. Somebody says something, sit with it. You've been told to have a conversation, just have it. But don't overthink everything, because in the overthinking, then you allow your mind to obsess over its own thoughts and not the real thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so powerful. I'm praying, and I know I'm going to be here. I have a front seat with my popcorn to all the amazing things that you guys are going to be. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I'm excited to be even a small part, of what God wants to do with you, because clearly He marked you differently from the beginning. He earmarked you, set you apart, put you through training. Many people have had that benefit.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful that I will have, even if it's a teeny part like this, I'm like
this.
It's okay, it's like this. Yeah. And plus the leaders, plus the who, plus the community. It's the most amazing blessing. I think God blesses His leaders. There's sometimes, we're always fighting with Him. I'm always like, when I start talking cool now, things are thick now. I'm like, let me tell you something, we cannot continue like this. What do you want? But then when I see you all, the young people, I'm like, okay, God.
You can go again.
Let's go. Yeah. Energy comes. Yeah. Pull myself up by the bootstraps. Let's do this. Because we're changing lives and changing generations. And that is important. And we could just be saying it. Thank you. We could just pick a verse and say, this is what I'm saying.
The first time I met you, I was petrified. But I'm glad.
Really?
I didn't run away. I
remember where I met you, Makena. Where did I meet you? Was that church? Yeah.
A wedding.
A wedding?
Here in Lavington. Oh. Yeah.
Why are you petrified? You see now?
No, I was petrified, but I'm glad
but why are you petrified?
But
now
I was glad I was stubborn.
Why have you?
Because I think it was a long day, so you were a bit tired.
Really?
Yeah. And then you were just being introduced me as somebody else's friend. So you're like, oh hi. But you were not thinking me. I was stressed because meeting people's family. But I'm glad my stubbornness didn't allow me, because I think you've changed my life.
Amen. Thank you. Oh, Makena, don't say that. Oh my God. Are we going to cry on camera? Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh, you didn't just say that. Thank you. We're not going to cry. We have lashes.
Oh, me, I don't.
Okay. You don't have me. I have. So lashes, makeup, but thank you for saying that, Makena. Maybe, I don't know, where's this microphone? I need a hug on camera. Come on. Let's do this. I don't know where this microphone. Just out of moment. Don't stop. Thank you for saying that. Because you see, this will forever be in the archives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Makena. Thank you for saying that. May you change many lives as well. May it be said of you that you've changed many lives as well. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you to change millions of lives and to change nations. Yeah. I really am, and I know you're gonna do it. I love you.
I do too.
God bless, guys. Sylvia's crying. You know, Sylvia's romantic. She's about to collapse. God bless, guys.